Hello and welcome to the IMBA Cup. This is round 2 between FunkOff and Armageddon. We got FunkOff here starting off with Cybran, a very good faction but quite weak in direct confrontation such as in this small map, so perhaps FunkOff can pull off a couple of tricks. He's going first land. And Armageddon going with Seraphim. He usually plays Seraphim, going first air, so I'm going to see air versus land on this one. And we'll see, it looks like 3 PGens here from Armageddon, perhaps first bomber, no first engineer. So we'll see how late this bomber comes out. And of course, if you don't get that first bomber out early, you are going to be at a disadvantage, especially against something like Cybran, where they're going to have the quick hunters and later the Manti. You are in danger of losing quite a bit of map control early, especially your engineers don't have the benefit of getting some Selines, and now we see its third bomber from Armageddon. Any expanding engineers are basically going to be unprotected against hunters. So we'll see if FunkOff realizes this. He is sending scouts out into the field. He's not making a whole bunch of hunters. So these hunters are going to be very effective from FunkOff. And here comes the bomber from Armageddon. We see third engineer from Armageddon going to the Hydra. It looks like a massive land spam here from Armageddon after that initial air factory. And the scouts, they most likely saw this bomber. And instead of the engineer, a bad choice there from Armageddon. He guessed wrong. We're now seeing flak coming out for Funk. Funk doing some dodging with his engineer, successfully saves an engineer, so still no kills for that bomber. He's just been a very expensive scout so far for Armageddon. And now for Armageddon, we definitely have to slow this down. This is the problem. This engineer has absolutely no protection. The hunter for FunkOff is going to get this kill. And elsewhere we see the so very wide from FunkOff running in with his hunters, hunter plus scout. Actually this engineer runs away after getting the mass extractor. Very surprising. This bomber now from Armageddon, this hunter elsewhere, still no kills. So potentially FunkOff should be winning here, and he gets a first kill in an engineer. But up on top, really not much happening though. Celine versus Hunter, and 2 kills. 2 engineers are now dead, and a Celine dead. So a successful attack here from FunkOff, takes out multiple engineers. So far the bombers have been very disappointing, although they are going to be effective at preventing this engineers. For example, like this expanding engineer. You see FunkOff now moving out into the middle, sort of through the top. And now Manti versus, and this is really cool. We see all these flak that FunkOff was forced into building are now set to ground fire. This is one big advantage for Cybran. You can't really force them into only having flak, because the flak is still effective. And now we can see more damage. FunkOff getting land victories inside of Armageddon's base, and that's the price that Armageddon is paying for going for that first bomber. So far, seen first bomber not be that effective, although it is preventing FunkOff from expanding as quickly as he could possibly be doing, although much better expansion than Armageddon. And FunkOff still just rolling through with his units. He's got a big stream. He's getting a 6th land factory. Was thinking about the 7th. See 5th land factory being constructed by Armageddon. Armageddon finally wins his land battles inside his own base. FunkOff now staring into Armageddon's base. He's got a pretty nice force. Some bombing from Armageddon. And of course, a big advantage for Seraphim, a much better ACU than the Cybran ACU. Now FunkOff looks like he realizes Armageddon is moving out of his base. Is going to move into Armageddon's base. This is a little scary for FunkOff. FunkOff is going to have another fight here, Manti versus Thams. And of course the Cybran Manti a little quicker and taking on artillery. FunkOff with a nice move there. He's going to get that victory. FunkOff picks up another mass extractor, but this is a very bad move from FunkOff. He just, I think, lost the game. He just got surrounded. So he was standing next to a whole bunch of factories from Armageddon, thinking about life or something else, and suddenly he realizes that he is surrounded by a whole bunch of tanks. He is trying to get some Manti into this position, but big numbers advantage for Armageddon, and FunkOff has just lost. Especially with the Cybran ACU, he can't be that aggressive. Perhaps if he was UEF against Cybran, he might try to do something like that, but even in that case, see FunkOff down to nothing. Armageddon basically at full health. And FunkOff, as he said in the forums, just snatched the defeat from the jaws of victory. And now he's going to go to loser's bracket. Armageddon rolls through, so a very nice game, although quite short.